Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Decorative Survival. And yeah, I'm just in a random skin because my Ethernet cable broke. Like, the actual Ethernet cable appears to have a break in it. So, yeah. I'm just in one of the default Minecraft skins, whatever one Minecraft picked for this particular person. I have no idea how they guess it, but yeah, I'm in a random Minecraft skin, so yeah. I am probably going to just ignore that and continue on with the episode, and preferably hope that I don't accidentally go into F5 too many times and remember. Or actually, hopefully I do, so that I actually can get this fixed. Anyway, in this episode, I am hoping to I'm not totally sure if I want to do this episode. I think it could get a bit boring doing this 3 episodes in a row, I think this would be. So, I'm probably not going to start off with doing this. I am probably going to start off by going into the spruce village that I have. And I'm gonna walk into this village and... oh, actually, look, this has been out of my simulation distance, so it hasn't yet decayed. Anyway, I am probably going to want to start on this village. Wait, is this entire village population stuck in this? Not to mention 2 pigs and a fox. Is that the entire village population? I'm starting to wonder if the entire village population is 4 villagers because they all got stuck in a place and just got slowly killed off by zombies or something. Well, I was planning on importing villagers. That's not a house with a bed in it, and I don't have a bed in my own inventory. By the way, this is your own fault. I'm not gonna let you free yet. You've got to think about what you have done, and after that I will let you go. Also, look at this. No, what? Their one and only iron golem is under the water. Now, I've just realised my inventory is full, so I am going to have to go back and dump some of this stuff off in one of the houses outside the first village wall. And then I will go and work on that village's paths system. Alright, so I am voicing over this time-lapse, and this is actually my first bridge I've built, excluding, of course, my nether bridge. So this is the first bridge I've built with a choice of blocks that isn't limited to cobblestone and probably blackstone, but I didn't have it at the time. So this is probably actually the first bridge that actually has more than one block, and it's also a much shorter bridge than my nether bridge, and it's also a totally different style because I kind of wanted this area to have a different style from my other one. Well, I was planning on doing my next clip back at the village, but like, why are you here? I noticed that some of my villagers over here were being slain by zombies, but why did you just decide to go into the ocean? I don't think this is a very good spot for swimming, right in front of where all of the boats are going to be going out of. Probably not the best place to go. Alright, so I am back, and I now have this bridge, which is mostly made of spruce until you get really low in the water, and then I put in some cobblestone, which actually only happens on one of the bridge pillars. I also noticed that there's this cave that's kind of interrupting my river, so I'll probably have to deal with that at some point. But, of course, I'm not currently working on this village. I've kind of got to get most of the other things done. I'll probably do 1 or 2 things at this over the upcoming episodes. But I've also got, like, houses to build and cliffs to build and mountains to build. So that probably isn't the that village probably isn't the sorts of things that I'll be mostly working on yet. So, probably the next thing I'm going to do is, well, I'm considering building a house, but I'm pretty certain it will take quite a bit of time. And I'm also considering building a field, which I think will probably take less time, but some of that time will probably have to be spent mining cobblestone. I have been mining some normal stone, but I haven't actually mined that much cobblestone. So, if I was going to do that, I'd have to spend a little bit of time mining cobblestone, which I am probably going to do, even though I would like this space to be filled. Alright, so I am back, and I have gathered quite a bit of cobblestone, so now I think I am probably ready to start building the field. So I'm going to now get into a time lapse of me doing that. Alright, so I'm voicing over this time lapse as well, and in this time lapse I'm building a wheat field. As I probably mentioned, I was building a field. It's a wheat field because it's next to my potato field, and I kind of like my fields to stand out from one another, with obviously shown crop boundaries. Probably not the way that you'd normally do it. I think you'd typically group the actual fields together, like fields of potatoes go next to each other. But of course this is Minecraft, and so I want this to look the best, and that is how I think I like my fields to look. It's probably not actually practical, but that's how I particularly like them. Also, it's really nice to hide water sources under the walls and on the paths. I think I've already mentioned that, and I think that is probably the end of this time lapse. Alright, so I am back, and I now have built this field. As you can see, there is some wheat on the ground. I don't actually need the wheat, but I did need the seeds to plant up this field, which is a wheat field to be different from the potato field. And after that field, there will be another field that will probably be potatoes. Yeah, that's probably going to be at a later point. For now, I think I'll probably do a small amount on this cliff because I need something to do. It's probably not going to be very much, maybe filling in a small amount of this. This probably won't be this isn't the main bit of the episode, but I do have some time that I can use, a very short amount, but I have enough time to be able to maybe extend this cliff out and also make this have a bit of a slope, but I won't probably be able to do very much, but I might as well. So I'm going to jump into a time lapse of these two places. Oh, actually, I have missed a spot here. Okay, I'll need to also fix that in the time lapse. Alright, so I am voicing over this time lapse, and well, this is the bit of the cliff. I wasn't actually intending to build a bit more of the cliff in this episode. I was actually expecting that building the bridge and the field would probably take up most of my time, but it turns out I had a little bit of time to spare, and so I decided to instead build this very short amount. In fact, I'm reaching the end of this time lapse now. Alright, so I am back, and I have now continued the cliff face. I haven't continued it all the way as far as I'd like, but, well, as far as I'd like would probably be to the other end of this valley. So, yeah, I didn't even manage to extend it as far as to the end of this, which I would have liked, but I was actually never planning on doing this in this episode anyway, and I think I already mentioned that, and I probably will mention it in the time-lapse. But, yeah, I have run out of time. Not totally surprising, I was just doing this to use up time until I ran out of time, because all other projects would take a fixed amount of time, whereas this, because it's such a large project, I can break it up into easily manageable bits, and that is precisely what I have done. I have gotten about 10 blocks further on the cliff, and I have also built the bridge over there in this episode, and watched multiple patrols spawn, and also built a field, I think. That was this episode, I'm pretty certain. So, yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode. So, I would have liked to be on the ground, but I also decided to fly. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, goodbye.